Now, is the U.S. fully prepared to defend Taiwan from a possible Chinese invasion? Now, while a report in the Wall Street Journal claims that some U.S. officials have assessed it may not be possible to fully execute contingency plans with stockpiles of advanced munitions now under strain due to the Iran conflict. And according to the report, since fighting began with Iran on February 28th, the United States has launched more than 1,000 Tomahawk cruise missiles as well as 1,500 and 2,000 critical air defense systems, including THAAD, Patriot, and Standard missile interceptors. U.S. officials believe that it could take up to 6 years to fully replenish those stockpiles, prompting internal discussions about revising contingency plans if the military is called to defend Taiwan. Now, the Center for Strategic and International Studies released a report expressing similar concerns about dwindling stockpiles. The report says that munitions used in Iran account for roughly 27% of Tomahawk missile stockpiles and about 36% of JSSM systems. It also found that nearly 1/3 of SM-6 missiles and close to half of the SM-3 interceptors may have been expended. It also suggested more than 2/3 of Patriot interceptors and over 80% of THAAD interceptors could have been used. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal report, the U.S. intelligence community assessed in March that Beijing is unlikely to launch a war against Taiwan in 2027. Analysts say China has no fixed timeline for unification, though it hopes to achieve full control of Taiwan by 2049. Now, currently, Chinese President Xi Jinping is preparing for a summit with U.S. President Donald Trump next month. Trump, like most of his predecessors, hasn't publicly committed to sending American forces to protect Taiwan against an invasion. Analysts have warned China poses a far greater challenge than Iran, with hundreds of nuclear warheads, advanced missiles, and a growing drone fleet. And this is likely to make any U.S. war to defend Taiwan among the riskiest operations for which the Pentagon maintains contingency planning. Now, recently, the U.S. has redeployed some advanced air and missile defense systems from the Indo-Pacific to West Asia to address the conflict in Iran. Now, this raised concerns among allies in the region. However, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt insists that America's military is fully equipped with sufficient weapons to carry out any presidential order. And analysts say a large American stockpile of munitions is critical for countering China's array of missiles. The White House is pushing for major defense investments to replenish American arsenal, asking Congress for $350 billion for critical munitions. Defense contractors Lockheed Martin and RTX are now racing to ramp up production of weapons, signing key agreements with the Pentagon. Meanwhile, China has urged the United States to stop interfering in its internal affairs using the excuse of Taiwan question.